Alright, so this video is going to be FP for BK 100% Bootcamp. If you don't know what Bootcamp is, then you can just look at the description below and it'll explain it and give you a link to the Discord. But generally this video will be going over FP based off of the notes and the videos that I have posted as a part of the homework for retaining your information after you've done all of these tasks. So let's just read the homework first and then we'll actually do it. So once a week for 10 weeks in a row, so this will just be week 1 or like every week, read all the notes, don't skim, and watch all the videos for FP. Read each section first, then watch the video, then do it in-game. Use your own discretion if you think you need to do multiple times or not. Make sure you do the layer as well, and time a few sections just to make sure you aren't reverting in skill. After you've gone through the full level, achieve the times from 20, 21, and 22 once, which is just some cumulative times task that you have to do just to make sure you are doing it fast enough while doing it intentionally. So yeah, let's just go through the notes from the beginning, then we'll start. So FP layer to FP lobby. Hold straight down, zoom out, then zoom in as soon as you can, then just jump into the loading zone. Okay, so that's good. So let's just look at that real quick. It's really easy. Just gonna leave the loading zone in talent shot. Zoom in, zoom out as soon as you can. So it's right there. Now you're zooming in. Now let's go straight down. Alright, perfect. And you just do that. Right? Just like that. Now we do it in-game. Right? Zoom out, zoom in. Big jumps. Just like the note said. Alright? That's very easy. Next, please. During the loading zone, hold slightly down left and do a medium jump so you just barely graze over the corner. Once you're falling out of the tunnel, push up left on the joystick into the wall, and when you land, jump up the slope while hugging the corner. Roll jump flutter up the stairs and get in talent draw. You can just jump flutter towards the stairs if it's easier for you. Alright, let's watch the video for that. Right here. Holding slightly down left, just barely grazing over the corner, pushing up into the wall. Alright. Hugging the wall up the corner, up the slope, packing into this obviously, then roll jump flutter, right? Okay, solid. Let's do that. Slightly down, into the wall, just like that. I probably slid a bit too much there, but you just want to practice that. And then get the talent shot in the loading zone. Obviously you'd practice it if you're messing it up a bit more, but we'll move on for now. I would suggest practicing everything after, like going back to practice it after you've finished going through everything. Alright, next, where is it? Here. Make your first jump up right on the joystick. Make sure to extend your slide for the first 2 jumps since it's a downhill. Time your big jump to the platform so that you can jump upright as soon as you land. You may be able to jump while you are rubbing against the ledge. Okay? Make sure you're trying to picture what this is in mind while you're reading it. Make sure to peck before you touch the shock pad so you can take off as soon as possible. While you are taking off, be sure to hold straight up to rub against the wall while you're taking off from the shock pad. Okay. Time your flutter so you get a flutter cancel. Personally, I timed my flutter a couple frames later than a normal flutter cancel so I can get a bit more distance before getting in talent shot. This allows me to do a big jump as soon as you get in talent shot to get the acceleration rather than walking a bit before jumping. Jump flutter into the loading zone and get in talent shot. Don't bother with roll jump flutter. Alright, let's watch it. 180 to 260. First jump is upright and sliding a bit, right? Slide again. Try to time jump. Big jump early so you land on the way down. Peck before you get there. Rub up against the wall. Flutter a couple frames after you overtake the edge. And now you're just going to jump flutter. Alright, good. Make sure you're keeping the notes in mind. Now let's do it. Upright, right? Well, I'm just going to start from here. Upright. Slide. Big jump. Peck before. Rub against, hold Z. Flutter. Big jump. And peck. Alright, that seemed fun to me. Jump flutter. Talent shot. Alright, good. Next place. Let's see. Aim your jump to the very edge of the doorway. It's going to be in between the notches. Take a straight line towards the edge of the second doorway. Make sure you're sliding as you approach the edge so you can jump as soon as you overtake the corner. Okay, makes sense, right? So look at this. 260 to the FP lobby. Aim for that corner. Alright, take a straight line there. Slide at this part. Now jump when you overtake the corner, and then do the jumps in there. Alright, perfect. Let's just do that. Between the notches. Make a straight line. A bit wonky. That was a little wonky, so I would practice that again if I wanted to. But as long as you're keeping it in mind and you know what you're doing right and wrong, so you can not continue bad habits. All right, let's look at the next part. FP lair at the FP lobby. All right. First two jumps in the next room are going to be done while holding roughly upright, a little more up than upright for the first one, and then the second one is purely in the notch. Hold R during the second jump and aim for the left wall of the tunnel as soon as you get control of the camera. Okay, hug the left wall until you can see the shock pad platform, then aim for the front left corner as soon as possible. Front left corner of the shock pad. Time your jump so you can peck onto the shock pad during the ascent of the jump. So like, if this is your entire jump, that parabola, before the peak is the ascent. Take off immediately and try your best to move to the left side of the shock pad before you take off. If you have momentum during the grounded portion of the jump, then that's even better. Take off to the left and flutter cancel on the second shock pad. The flutter cancel on the second shock pad can be done a lot earlier than you think. Experiment with it to find the threshold. Aim to flutter cancel on the middle of the edge. Should be halfway between the wall and the edge of the platform, since the shock pad protrudes outward on that side the most. Alright, crucial information there. As you take off, try to move slightly to the left so you are in the middle of the shock pad, then hold straight up as you are launching. As soon as you flutter cancel, roll between left and down left towards the alcove. Try to maximize the roll and the jump that follows the roll as much as possible before fluttering. You should be able to flutter straight into the alcove. You should not be fluttering and then changing angles on the joystick. You want all your acceleration from the flutter to be in one direction. It is possible to beak bust the button within the flutter, but it's unreasonable to do so consistently. So land, then jump beak bust as fast as possible. And yeah, okay, let's do that after we watch the video. Right here. No, not this one. Sorry, this one. All right, up a bit in the notches here. Second one's in the notch. Hold R. Aim for the left side of the tunnel. Right. Slide down the slope, which is nice. As soon as you see the shock pad, start just aiming towards that, the front left of the thing. Try to go as left as possible. If you have momentum, it's good. Aim for the middle there. Straight up between the notches there. All right. Flutter to change direction into the alcove. Okay, good. Now let's do it. This one's a bit hard, so. Aim for the left. All right. Got a good line. Slide down here. Hug this wall until you see the shock pad. All right. See the shock pad? Just going straight for that now. Aim for the front left. That flutter cancel is a bit bad, so you might want to practice that. Alright, that seemed more or less okay. I'll probably practice the last section 1 or 2 more times after, but I think that's basically fine. Alright. Let's see. Get in talent shot after the cutscene, then run into the shoes, jump between down and down right. Experiment with this to learn exactly what to hold. To get to the close side of the tunnel before changing the camera. Change the camera 4 times quickly with C, and continue hugging the right side of the wall until you can make a straight line to the web. So it's the same as before, but reverse. Peck as soon as you land on the web, not before, and then poop 3 eggs while holding up, and fall towards the flight pad before taking off. Make sure to take off with a neutral stick or while holding down, so you take off in the right direction. For FP, I'll just do that first, I guess. FP videos. Flip it. Here, yeah. Alright. Pay attention to the angle you jump at, alright. Change the camera. Hug the right side of the wall if you can. As soon as you can see the web, just go straight to it. Peck on the web. So you can make the last bit of distance to the flight pad while you're falling. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. Hug the wall. Good, good, good. Go straight to the web. Peck on the web. Just like that. That's fine. Now, the only reason I messed that timing is because I didn't peek bust the switch, but that's generally what it should look like. Let's make a save state here. I guess here you would practice FP early. I wrote this for FP early. This is something you only really have to read once. This, though, the out of bounds stuff, you should definitely read multiple times. But this is just generally practicing FP early, which is not something that I really care to like explain too much. because most people have their own way of doing it. So let's move on to FP. I don't have a video for it, so that's why I'm not putting it here. Make sure you're on top of FP early and the out of bounds movement. Okay, so start to the end of Twinklies. 3 hops slightly up of right, and end the 3rd hop at the beginning of the downward slope. Trot down the slope, make sure your joystick is facing the direction of the slope on the way down. Right before you reach the bottom, go up left to jump over Boggy's trigger, to bump over Boggy's trigger, sorry, and slide for the first feather. Hop to the second feather, then do a medium jump close to the middle of the next slope. Alright, don't land the jump on the slope immediately, you should land a couple inches down the slope. Hold the joystick straight down, and you should bump onto the note. I think that means straight up on the joystick, so you go straight down in the game. And you should bump onto the note. Once you get that, do a big jump up left to go around the corner. Make sure you are off the wall for a good, this is supposed to be good, good few frames before you touch the ground. Otherwise, you might lose your momentum because the wall is considered a slope. Very, very crucial information here. You need to, so you need to reset your slope timer in order to not get a pause. Run towards the left side of the present, zoom out the camera now, peck out of Talon Trot right as you're going onto the wood before the present, then jump from the wood on, to Beak Bust on the present. Then Twinklies, whatever. Alright, let's look at it. Here, start the Beak Bust Twinklies. Look at the jump angles, slightly up and straight right. Alright. Land that that last jump on the slope, hold straight down, go over there. Medium jump here, hold straight down. Big jump up left, get off the slope. Alright, aim for the left side. Peck onto the wood, jump from the wood, and Beak Bust. Alright, makes sense. Now let's do it. Land there, pull straight up, go over the edge. Oh, I talked to Boggy. Boggy's a little finicky. I'll just come over it and do this again, I guess. Something like this. Slide this. That was not a medium jump. You want to do a medium jump, right? Medium jump. There we go. Big jump up left. Slide, right? That's about good. Pecked a bit earlier there. Should peck right here. Well, a bit earlier than that. Follow the video. But whatever I do in this is just an example. The videos are a better textbook example of how to do it. Alright, let's read the next notes. End of Twinklies, we did that. Green Twinklies, make sure the bottom of it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Twinklies to Yellow Star. Do a big jump slightly up of straight left. So let's just get there first after. To get to the note, if you are high up the slope after Twinklies, then run down the slope a bit before you do your jump. Okay, this is talking about on the pot, right? Let me just go run there real quick. Big jump here. Okay, we should be in a good spot. Alright, let's make a save here. Do big jumps for each note, landing slightly before each note, so you slide into it. The best line for each note goes over the corners of the slopes that connect to the water. So like that corner, like there's, you know what corners. The corners of the water, basically. Peck right before the second to last note, and shoot straight down while getting the note. The camera should be stuck on the pot as you get all the notes. Get in Talon Trot, then do 3 quick camera changes. Then jump straight up for the last note. Right. This is after you shoot the eggs. Okay. Make sure you know what you're reading. Copy the jump patterns from the last note to the present. Essentially, you want to do big jumps from the flat ground to the first diagonal slope, then another big jump before the uphill slope that leads to the present, then slide to the flat ground before jumping again. Right, so this is all just basic slope movement. Pay attention to what the video does and copy that, and you should also be understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Be sure to do 2 slow C presses to change the camera on the way to the presents. Some people like to do 3 quick, I prefer 2 slow. Do a big jump on the flat ground before the blue present ramp, then while still facing mostly left, assuming you changed the cameras already, make sure your next jump lands on the present with the flight pad. Joystick should mostly be facing straight left. Do a medium jump onto the first note and immediately switch to up on the joystick. Your joystick should move from left to up. It should never be neutral during this section. Alright, that's important information. Peck as soon as you get the second note, then roll backflip immediately. Make sure you backflip as soon as you start rolling. As you're backflipping to the pink Jinjo, you're going to do 3 camera changes. Do 1, and wait till the camera change is almost finished, then do 2 more quickly. Make sure you flutter off of the pink Jinjo present as soon as you touch the ground. Zoom in and zoom out to get to medium zoom as you are fluttering to the flight pad. Take off straight up on the flight pad, or make minor adjustments if your camera's not that great. You should be facing the yellow light after about 1.5 flaps when Kazooie's wings are all the way up. Blast 2 feathers, so blast 2 feathers which means just do them really quickly. Then Beak Bomb when you see the yellow light under Banjo. You can Beak Bomb earlier than 1.5 flaps if you aim quick enough. Press A to jump forward when you are right in front of the star, after sliding a little bit on the leaves of the tree, then flutter back, then Beak Bust back in. This can be done very quickly, but it's best to use the audio to know when to flutter Beak Bust until you're comfortable enough to predict it. Alright, it's a lot there, but just try and keep it all in mind. Let's see. Here, it's a 32-second section. Big jump left, over the corners here, over that corner. Slide right before the note, peck straight down. 3 camera changes, big jump right there. Alright. Now pay attention to the slopes, the jumps before. So big jump here, slide over here, big jump over that slope, land on the flat ground, big jump. Look at the facing angle there, learn about where to peck, alright. The jump flutter, the camera changes, belt pinch, and all that. And yeah, this part is basically just Yellow Star, which you should know already. Alright, solid. Let's try it. I'm going to make a save state after I press the button, I think. Yeah. A big jump left. Hit this over the corners. Ooh, my camera wasn't right. Yeah, I made a mistake there. So I would come back to practice a bit. Yeah, I'm going to make a save state right here just for the next session. This is about what the camera would be like. Make a save. And you continue on, right? Big jump. Pay attention to the slopes. Ooh, supposed to jump from here. Big jump. 1, 2. Jump flutter. Zoom in, zoom out. Take off. Should be good. Should be good. Yep. Clean. Alright, solid. So there are some sections about that I would repractice. I would come back to that after, personally. Let me just go to the flight pad, because that's where the next part starts. Okay, next part starts here. Let's just pause. Alright. Back to the notes. Yeah, so hold slightly right during the cutscene so Banjo starts to face the right side of the first button as soon as possible. Listen to the flaps. As soon as you hear the 5th flap, press A to gain about an inch of height, then Beak Bomb. After this Beak Bomb, do 2 quick A presses with a neutral stick starting out, but then switch to up on the joystick to make the camera change up quickly. It's very, very important information. Very important to know how the camera angles change when you're flying and pressing A. Make sure to mash B to Beak Bomb as soon as possible for the 2nd and 3rd button. After the 2nd button, do the same, but with 1 feather. Make sure you're aiming for the top right of the button. Make sure to hold straight right after the 3rd button before the cutscene starts. Hold right to face right after the cutscene is over. Then do 5 A presses, then hold up left during the beginning of your A presses. See the next note. Alright. And then hold straight up once you start facing the pipe to go straight into it. Alright, this part will slightly change depending on how high you are after the 3rd button. So you need to practice it to learn how to react to the different heights. Essentially, if you are low after the Beak Bomb, then you don't have to face left for a long time after the cutscene is over. If you are high, then you have to go face left a bit longer before you start turning towards the pipe. Alright. Once you get to Jiggy and land, keep holding up to get to the sled. Flutter on the lip of the pipe, then peck so Kazooie's beak hits the sled. Then roll into Boggy Jiggy. Alright, let's watch the video. Right here. We can skip the yellow part section. Alright, hold slightly right now. Like you see on the joystick, face the right side of the button. Say it after the 5th flap, okay. Look at the joystick angles and where I aim here, okay, makes sense. Aim for the top right of that, hold straight right now. Keep holding straight right, face to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The more right you face, you have to face more to the right. If you are higher. I think the notes are supposed to say right instead of left. That might be my bad. But yeah. Make sure you peck so because his beak hits the sled. Yes, that makes sense. Alright, let's just do that. Alright. Hold slightly to the right. Hold R. Obviously hold R. 2, 3, 4, 5. A. Beak bomb. 1, 2. Mash B. Make sure you're mashing B. The beak bomb. I'm a bit low here, so I'm not going to go as far right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be good. Jump, flutter, peck. Peck, so because his beak hits the sled. That should be good, alright? Skip the text. We're just going to roll into his Jiggy. Alright. Let's see. In Talon Shot, do 2 short hops towards the slope. The second one should land on the slope. Stick on the left side of the slope and keep going down until you're just above the ground. Then jump around the corner. Change the camera and zoom out here. Make sure you slide before you jump to overtake the corner here on the way to the tree. Start jumping towards the tree. As soon as the wall ends, you should be jumping slightly left of parallel with the wall on the way to the wooden ramp. So after you overtake that wall entirely, your angle should change just slightly more to the left. Jump as high onto the ramp as possible. You can slide on it a little bit too if you want to get more height. Then do a big jump around the left side of the tree. Slide for the token. Continue sliding to get to the edge of the pot before jumping back onto the trunk. Then climb up a little. Then climb up a little on the on the trunk. Then jump into the loading zone. All right, makes sense. This one. So 2 jumps at the beginning. Last one should land on the slope. Go down, big jump here, or sorry, small jump. Slide to overtake the corner, change the angle a little bit left here, big jump here, slide behind the tree, get to the back of the pot, jump back, climb up a bit, then jump. Alright, makes sense. Let's do it. Land on the slope, stay on the left side. Change the camera here, slide, jump. Change the camera a bit more left now. Big jump, slide a bit if you want. Climb a bit, then jump. I should have climbed a bit more, but that's about it. I don't know if do I have notes for the... Oops. Inside the tree. Climb up to the Jiggy and turn slowly to the left so you aren't under the corner of the Jiggy platform. When you get there, you should be under the edge. As soon as you get to the top, jump with the neutral joystick, then flutter into the Jiggy. Alright, let me just do that real quick because there's no video for this specific section. So make sure you read that, then do this. Climb slowly to the left, jump with the neutral stick right here, flutter in. Okay, now I'm on the right spot, and this is where the next section is going to start. So walk off down leftish, so you can minimize walking on the Jiggy platform, so on top of where I am right now. Try to flutter late onto the notes, start jumping for the notes around the tree. Use whatever key you want to know when the notes end. There are 12 notes, so you can count it, or you can just do one more jump after you see the star in the background. Right? So when jumping for the notes, you should try and minimize the amount of time jumping into the wall. Though there is a balance, if you don't touch the wall at all, then your jumps will be slightly, will be a little bit longer than the distance between each note. So after every few jumps, you might either have to slide for the next note, or jump into the wall a little to push you further back so you can collect a note from the back instead of the front. Just making sure, because like every jump it's a bit hard of a distance to manage, so you want to make sure you can offset it by by pulling yourself back every now and then, right? When you jump onto the last note, slide down, then change direction, emitter to land on the present. When you land on the present, slide down slightly, then do a medium jump into the loading zone. Medium jump is important there. Big jump will make you fall slower. Not this one, this one. Go down left, go up, flutter late, start jumping, try to get off the wall as much as possible, but if you're going if your next jump might overshoot it, then jump into the wall a bit, slide down, up, slide down a bit, medium jump. Alright, makes sense. Let's do that now. I got a small zip there. 9, 10. Oh, I can't count. Sorry. Yeah, you shouldn't be like me. You should use the visual key of the star. Upside down, medium jump. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go back inside. Leaving the tree to entering Mumbo's hut, hold straight down during the loading zone and do a big jump as soon as you touch the ground. Hold R during this jump and gradually switch your joystick to up. Take a straight line to the left side of the blue present ramp. Okay. Copy the jump pattern on the way there over the snow slopes. Essentially the same as before. Big jump from the flat ground onto the first snow slope, but here do a small jump afterwards to get to the flat ground, since sliding won't be enough to take you to the flat ground. Do a big jump right at the bottom of the blue present ramp. Slide to the flat ground, then do a medium jump to hop around the presents to land on the token. Jump up left as soon as you get the token, then do one hop back, then one hop onto the flight pad. Then take off slightly down of up left to face the snowman. It's supposed to say upright, sorry. And yeah, I think that's the video. That's the video. Not this one, sorry, this one. Not that one, this one. Leave tree to the flight pad. Hold straight down, big jump. Pay attention to aim for the left side of the ramp there. Big jump, small jump, flat ground, big jump here. Okay, go around, upright, hop down, hop to the flight pad. All right, a little much to keep track of there in fast motion, but seems doable. Skin talent shot and go. Whoa. Alright, hold straight down. Big jump. Hold R. Zoom out here. Come for the left side. Big jump. Small jump. Go around. See, I hit the edge here, which you don't want to do. So I would practice that a little bit. I'd say you should just come back here. There, that's much better. Hop to the flight pad and take off, right? Right. And Beak Buster, since this is the next spot. Let's see. For the first snowman, hold straight down and Beak Bomb when there's a tiny gap between Banjo's feet and the snowman's hat. The third snowman, so third one, the safest cue to Beak Bomb is when the right note on the leg comes within draw distance. So you'll see it here. Pay attention to the notes on the leg and when I Beak Bomb. For the rest of the snowman, it's not super important in this context to get all the recoils perfectly. Just aim slightly to the left of each hat, but you must prioritize accuracy overall. If you sacrificed 1 full second to increase your accuracy from 90% to 100%, then that's worth it. For the last snowman, make sure you use a feather right before you gain control, or right after you gain control. Then Beak Bomb to the very left side of it. Aim at the loading zone before the cutscene plays. It's better to aim a bit more to the right before the cutscene starts instead of left, as it'll make it easier to aim after the cutscene ends. Try to aim low if you can. It lets your Beak Bomb end a bit earlier, so you get a bit earlier before you get there, so you minimize the chance of bonking. All right, let's watch the snowman. It's here. Hold straight down right before Banjo's feet touches the hat. Second one, just hit it left side if you can. It seems fine. Here, look at this note right here. It's in draw distance. Now I can Beak Bomb. And yeah, same for the left sides, right? Snowman's accuracy is above all. Press A as soon as you can there. Now aim for the left side if you can. That's decent. Now aim a bit more to the right before the cutscene plays, so it's easier. You have a wider gap now if you've aimed more to the right, and aim low. Now you should be in the loading zone. Alright, good. And let's do that. Down. Should be fine. Take this nice and slow. Don't mess with him too much. Notice in draw distance, a Beak Bomb. Beak Bomb. It's good, alright? Press A right away. Aim for the left side. It should be good. It's slightly more to the right now. Now you can aim to the left. See, look how big the loading zone is now. Oh, I tumbled there. Yeah. Just aim a bit higher, you know? You should maybe practice it if you mess it up like I do. I'm just very rusty, so excuse me. Walrus. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. During the loading zone, hold between down and down right. Oh, I messed up somewhere here, actually. Okay, well, there's not any notes for this right now, but it's general. It's not too difficult. You're gonna be here, roll right when the snow starts. I'm just telling you what the notes will say. I'll put it there after. Jump, roll and jump when you reach the snow, then peck when you reach some good height. Then just mash B. We'll skip the text and then mash B. Jump down right. Or you jump to start moving. I think you have to skip the text. I actually can't remember. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Jump. Jump again. And jump out. Right? Right. Now it's this section. Let's look at the video, I guess, too. I should have looked at the video before I did it, but yeah. Big jump there. Okay, peck there, right? Skip the text as best as you can. Skipping the text is very important there. Mash B, right? This is good. And you just jump down right. You have to change the joystick angle as the camera's panning, though. Alright, that's fine. Let's look at the next section. Walrus to Boggy Race 1. During the loading zone, hold between down and down right. The walrus should not hit the dark side of the snow when he hits the water. When the camera unlocks, zoom out and hold R. Let go of R once you have a straight angle to the note. You should have to jump over the corner of the house. Make sure you do a big jump so you don't touch the hill when you jump on the snow. Go from flat ground to flat ground, basically. Tap C left right before you enter the water and start grabbing the nose from the leftmost side as possible. Probably from the rightmost side, actually, now that I think about it. This might be a typo, whatever. I like to hold R as I collect the first 3 notes and change the camera once at the 3rd note when I switch angles to go to the honeycomb. Be sure to jump to change directions when you go from note to honeycombs. And just change directions when you get from note to note if the angle's steep enough to change. When you get the honeycomb towards the note, make sure you jump, change directions, then jump again, change directions towards the next note, right? So just keep track of that when you're watching the video. Make sure you jump from flat ground in the water to flat ground on the snow after the last note. Learn the jump angle out of the water, jump at that angle, and then hold R to run in the direction so you can switch to just straight up on the joystick. So just, you know where you have to go. You have to go to the bottom of the hill before Boggy from the water. So learn the jump angle that'll take you in that direction. Then hold R when you're in that angle. Be sure to walk on the downhill slope, then do a big jump as soon as you touch the uphill. So you touch the uphill as late as possible. Then spam small jumps until the slope becomes steeper. At that point, do a big jump to touch the steeper uphill slopes as late as possible. Then go back to small jumps. Small jump on the sled, then jump towards the starting line before the text box appears. Alright, let's watch this. Right here. Alright, shouldn't touch the dark part of the snow. Hold R, zoom out. Should go over the corner of that house. Jump from flat ground to flat ground. Aim for the right side of this note. You could jump from this note to that note. I like to hold R here. Jump to change directions, change the camera. Jump to change direction. Jump to change direction. Same thing here. You know that angle. Now hold R. Walk down this slope. And yeah. Let's just look at the beginning of the next one. Whoops. So we know where to jump, where the jumps are. Big jump from here, the downhill slope. Spam small jumps. This is where the slope becomes steeper, so big jump. Then small jumps again. Then small jump. Skip the text and obviously small jump there. Right. Let's do that. Should be something like this. Zoom out. Hold R. Tap R. Big jump. Over the corner. Whoa, I messed up. Over the corner. Jump there, hold R. And just jump to change direction. Jump to change direction. Jump to change direction. Keep going. Hold R as you go there, then I can just go straight forward. Big jump. Small jumps, big jump, small jump. Get the text, and then you're going to jump on. Alright? Boggy race, oh baby. Start by doing 2 jumps to get acceleration. I would say do this in like half-half, I would say. Start to do 2 jumps to get acceleration, then stay on the ground right until until right before the bridge. Be sure you are aiming to the right side of the second slalom from the very beginning of the race. Right at the bridge, try your best to jump to the bottom of the uphill slope, then jump right when you hit that slope. So jump right when you hit the bottom of the uphill slope. Make sure you are sliding to the first note and not jumping on it. You want to be able to jump back as soon as you touch it. While you're going around the leg, do 2 quick C presses, then 1 slow one. This will allow you to see through the leg as soon as you get the last note. Be sure to jump after the last note, then make a straight line for the left flag of the slalom that's a few feet away from the bottom of the hill. So I'll point that out when we watch the video. Let's go until after. Let's read a couple more notes, and then we'll watch the first part of the video. Then aim for the very right side of the slalom at the bottom of the hill. Try your best to touch the very bottom of the uphill slope before you start spamming it to jump. Try to have a pretty sharp facing right angle when you make your way to the slalom at the top of the hill. Obviously, try to stay at the right side of the next 2 slaloms. After that, when you reach the blue ramp, make sure to cut the line. You should be going on the downhill part. So this is the thing, right? Slide on the downhill. This is the line without jumping. Then jump at the end. Use a slope to get a speed boost. I believe the jump is upright on the joystick. Don't jump on the downhill slope. Then start jumping once you reach the very bottom of that slope before you get onto the flat ground. All right, let's watch until there. Walrus race here. Okay, 2 jumps at the beginning. Aim for the right side of that slalom. Aim for that side. Jump to the bottom of that uphill. Then jump. Slide for that. Jump back. 2 quick ones and 1 normal one. Jump when you get that note. Jump when you get that note. Aim for the left side of this slalom right here. Not the right one, this one. Jump to the bottom of that hill, then start spamming. Have a steep angle going there. Cut the corner here. I jump up right here, I believe, to get the boost. Slide down this, then jump when you're at the bottom there. Alright. Let's do that, then we'll pause and we'll read the rest. Alright, it's fine. You can jump here too if you want, I guess. 2, 1. Aim for the left, this slalom right here, that one. Bottom of this, spam A. Have a steep angle. Alright, cut the corner in the middle here. Just like that. Jump there. Alright. That's good. Now let's pause and watch the rest, or read the rest. On the way to the house, on the way to the house, aim for the middle note on the way there, but jump to the right note once you get to the bottom of the roof, basically. This is so you can use the slope boost to save you some travel time early on. As soon as you pass the bridge, jump towards the first note. Do not delay the jump. When you jump out from the second note, do 1 big jump on the house, then do 1 medium jump to get the note on top of the second house, then land on the steep downhill slope after the house. Don't get the feather in the water. You want to make sure that you stay ahead of Boggy here, both rubber banding purposes and so he pushes you a little. Once you clear the slalom near the note, just basically pretend that the next slalom, near the note at the bottom of the hill, then pretend the next slalom isn't there, and make a straight line to the right side of the slalom after that. Then go back to hugging the nearby flags. Make sure you copy the part of the uphill slope copy the part of the uphill slope I jump on between the 2 flags before the presents start. Make a jump to the very bottom of the presents ramp, then do a big jump to get to the top. Same concept here. Jump to the bottom of the uphill slope so you touch it as soon as possible, then jump from there. Jump to the note as soon as you clear the slalom. You will not get any red feathers here. While jumping as a walrus with the sled, you have a similar kind of slide that Banjo has in Talon Track, except it doesn't lose the speed at the end, and it makes you retain the angle you are facing until you jump or the slide finishes, basically. Grab the first note and shift downwards so your walrus slide ends as you make your way to the second note. Make sure you're facing the second note the entire time. Do 2 C right presses so you can jump straight left for the token, then jump upright. You can spam jumps for the next 2 slopes, but if you want to be real nuanced, then keep in mind that the first slope is made up of 2 differently angled slopes, so you'd want to jump to the bottom of the steeper slope before spamming jump to get a greater speed boost. If you understand slope mechanics, this all makes sense, right? Especially during the sled. Beat Boggy by going on his right side at the end. Not much I can say for the push, other than that it's very consistent every race. It's just about learning where to jump from, alright? Try to get the jiggy on in one jump, then jump straight down as soon as you can. Alright, let's watch the video then. Oh, actually, no, let's read this one. Walk down the slope, you should be walking down the middle with perhaps a very slight angle to the left. Then do a jump right before you reach the flat ground. Alright. Let's watch the rest of this. Here it is. Aim for the middle right here, and then jump up right. Hug the right side. As soon as you do go here, do this really quickly. Tap A, tap A, tap A. Big jump here, medium jump here to get the note, and land on the steep part of the downhill slope right there. Just continue jumping. Don't get the feather. Aim for the right side of this slalom here. Now you're going to aim straight for this side, this slalom right here. Ignore this one right here. Hug the wall, hug the slaloms, the flags. Copy that movement for the slope. Copy that movement for the slope. Big jump. Jump again. Keep that angle, then face towards note. 2 camera changes. Alright, jump up right at the token. Down here, you just do the rest. Go up, go around boggy the right side. And try to learn where to jump. Alright. Just big jump towards the jiggy. Then jump down as soon as you get it. Have a slightly angle to the left. Big jump there. And then talk to Waza. Alright. Let's do it. To the middle, go up right. Okay. Do this part quickly. That was good. Hug the wall, hug the sides. Aim for the one after this. Ooh, I messed that up. I just had a bad angle. This is still fine though. Oh my god. Big jump here. Big jump. Press A. Keep your angle facing the note. Upright. I like to change camera there sometimes. Get one note. Go around boggy the right side. Sorry, I couldn't explain too much for that one. I had to focus a bit more. That's also why I was messing up, but like, if you understand it and you've done the homework, you should know what it all means, and you should be keeping it in mind. You don't have to say it verbally, obviously. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. I wasn't supposed to do that second jump there, but it's fine. Hold A. I think there's some notes here too. The camera you have before you talk to Waza will be the camera you have after talking to Waza. Keep that in mind to figure out which direction you should hold based off of where the jiggy spawns during the cutscene. You should also think about if you should walk for the jiggy or jump for it. Jumping is worth for it if it's far away, so like it is for me. If it's far away, or if you might just land on the close side of the jiggy with a hop. If it's close, then just walk up and jump to change directions to the note as soon as possible. The note should be slightly down of straight right. Once you get it, start walking off the cliff. Then make a straight line to the token and hold R once you have a good line to the token. Hold R once you have a good line to the token. I aim for the texture on the slope after I get the token, so this texture right here. Make sure you do a big jump from the flat ground as close, so just jump from flat ground to flat ground as close to slope as possible so you can fully clear it. Make sure you aim to the very left side of the present on the way there. When you are on the water, in the water right before the presence, make sure to switch to medium zoom camera as it'll let you see the loading zone from Momo's Hut really early on. The egg is a pretty good cue of where to jump after you touch the present. Be sure to follow all the basic slope jumping principles on the way to the present and on the way to Momo's Hut from here on out. Alright. Where is it? It's this one. Belly down to right. Walk down this. Oh wow, I actually missed that. I didn't even notice that I missed that. Wow. Big jump. Zoom in, zoom out. Medium zoom. Clear that slope. Left side of that present. Follow slope mechanics. Big jump here. Spam A. Get to the flat ground as soon as you can. Big jump from the bottom of that downhill slope. You don't have to do those extra jumps if you don't want to. And spam jumps there. Right. Okay, makes sense. Let's do that. Walk down. Good angle, hold R. Have good angle, hold R. Big jump. Into the left side. Ooh, that's really wobbly. I did it very wobbly there, but... damn. Big jump. I think I'm slightly to the left here. Get the flat ground. Big jump here. Big jump here, then I'll just spam A. Line was a bit wonky there, but, you know, you'd practice it. Alright, inside Mumbo's hut, start jumping up, straight up as soon as possible. If you like, you can walk slightly towards the pole while Mumbo is walking up, but it's not necessary. Max speed to transform, then do a big jump out of Talon Trot. Big jump out of Talon Trot, down left to land on the pole. You may have to slow down the joystick while you're approaching it so you don't overshoot the pole. Get in Talon Trot, then do a jump for the note, then jump up right for the second note. I like to slide a little extra to make sure I don't, I get the second, to make sure I actually get it, but not too much, otherwise you can't jump for the note after that. Just hop for the ninja and all the next notes. When you slide down after the last note, make sure Banjo is facing directly into the loading zone when you change direction. Alright, so watch this real quick. Okay, makes sense, jumping right away. I went to the left side of that button. You don't have to if you don't want to. Big jump down left onto this thing. Jump down, up right. I slid a bit more there. Just hop, slide down, and then make sure your Banjo's facing into the loading zone, just like that. Good. Alright, let's do that. Jump as soon as possible. Activate him. A bit to the left if you want. Detransform. Just like that. Attack A. Oh my god, I did that wrong. Something like that. I wasn't counting, sorry. I was distracted a bit. Alright. Leaving Mumbo's hut to take flight. Right, this is a big section. Hold down left coming out of the loading zone and slightly switch even more left near the end of the slope because the camera's going to pan out. Do a big jump as late as possible and peck in the water as late as possible. As you flutter out, the best line has you roughly going over this white line over here. Let's go up until the start of the scarf and then watch that first. You should also barely graze over the corner of the wall, so this corner over here. Be sure to do a big jump from the flat ground, so the flat ground here before the slope. Try not to jump too high on the slippery slope, so off the cliff there. Otherwise, you'll get a slow down when jumping up and potentially landing. Okay, you should try and aim for roughly this dot, so this dot, on the slope before jumping out of the scarf. This dot is a good position so you can jump early, but not too early. If you jump too early, then you might get a slowdown when you actually land on the scarf. When you land on the slope due to the slope timer, right? Refer to the BK movement guide for a bit more information on this mechanic. Let's go up into the slope, or up until this dot, real quick. Yeah, here. So down left. You're gonna switch a bit more towards left. Big jump. Back. Aim towards this line here. Should just barely graze over the corner. Big jump here. Big jump here. Don't aim too far up this slope, otherwise you might have some slope issues. Aim towards the dot. And then you're going to jump there. Alright, let's do that real quick. So down left. Keep trotting. Switch more towards left. Big jump. Big jump. Tap A, tap A. Just like that. That was a decent line. I think my line up the hill is a bit wonky, but, you know, it's fine. Let's make it here and let's read the entire scarf. For this following scarf movement, this is how I would recommend doing it. This is just a disclaimer. You don't have to read this. Once you're on the scarf, zoom in, press C right once. Then hold R on the way to the first feather. After the first red feather, I do medium jump to the next note, then do 3 quick C right presses while I'm in the air. Be sure to do them quick enough so you can jump right away when you land without sliding. That's the most important part. Slide as little as possible while going up the scarf. These are the biggest guidelines to get the snowman's belly off screen for lag and try to slide as little as possible. I grab the next feather with the same camera, then do a similar method of jumping to the next note while changing the camera with C right twice. The next few collectibles are somewhat of a straight line, so you can do some short hops here between the collectibles instead. I just start changing the camera at the red feather right before the scarf starts spiraling again. To be more specific, I do 2 jumps from the previous note of that feather. You know, let's actually read up until around here, or watch until here first. Okay. Hold R during there, okay. 3 times there. medium jump to the feather, 2 more times there, mashing A here, change the camera right there before this is where the scarf starts spiraling. Alright, now let's read the rest of the notes. For the scarf starts spiraling, to be specific, I did 2 jumps from the previous note to the feather, and then I changed the camera once during the second small jump. After that feather, I start going to the next collectibles with single big jumps rather than 2 small hops. And I changed the camera once right before each collectible. Including the camera change from the aforementioned feather, so the one right before, you should do 3 camera changes, then grab the next note without changing the camera, so the belly isn't on screen. Then as you jump to the feather after that, change the camera twice quickly to get it off screen. From there, do a single camera change right before you grab each collectible until the scarf is about to straighten out. So don't change the camera with C to straighten it out. But do not change the camera so that you will go up the steep slope with a slight upwards angle. Spam A for the jumps. Up the steep slope, then just walk down the downhill while holding R. Let's go up until there, just for the video. Camera starts spiraling. Right. Now change it to get the belly off screen quickly. Now just do this with a clean rhythm. Stop changing the camera here, so slowly to the left. Walk down here. Hold R there. Big jump from the downhill slope. Alright. Big jump from the downhill slope. Then one short jump. Then you should be able to do a clean jump over the hive. Go right after the note and be wary of the camera. Change the camera twice slowly as you jump between collectibles. Then after this note, slide to the edge of the scarf, then do a big jump down right, so you slide into the Jinjo. You should hold up right as soon... Oh, you should hold... Sorry, this is a bit misleading. You should hold up right as soon as you get the Jinjo, so hold up to quickly change your angle during the slide. But it's okay if you drop your slide here. Jump off the broom should be fully aiming to the following feather. Grab the next few collectibles while changing the camera for each note feather, then don't touch it on the way back to the shock pad. On the way back to the shock pad, make sure your pathing takes you over the lower platform so you don't peck onto the shock pad by going from a higher ground to lower ground. This can result in a longer peck than normal. So slide on the bottom part here instead of the top part. Peck before the shock pad. So let's watch until there. I should be doing this too actually, but it's fine. I'll just do this entire section at once. Alright. Big jump from the downhill slope. Tap A. Now clear the jump. 1, 2, down right jump from the edge of the scarf. Hold up. Aim for the feather. Change the camera once for every collectible. Stop changing the camera here. Slide on the bottom part of that slope and then use a shock pad. Make sure you peck before the shock pad too. Make sure you're careful with how long you hold A during the shock pad so you land perfectly on it. Personally, I couldn't find a good time difference between fluttering and not fluttering, so it doesn't matter too much. When you shock pad to the present, make sure you flutter down on the joystick before you touch the ground so the ice physics don't throw you off. Roll towards a flight pad and take off while holding up left as soon as you can. Hold Z while you take off. Okay, right. Just watch just the rest of that and then we'll actually do it. Alright. Go around this. Hold A very minimally. Flutter before you touch the ground. Roll down. Take off. Up. Right. Let's just do the rest of the scarf now. Try to keep it all in mind. Hold R between this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And this bit. Now 1, 2. I did it a bit awkward. Should have done this should have done this while I was reading it. Wait, actually I did that really wrong. Let me go do that again real quick, because I forgot to straighten the camera. Hold R while you're going down here. Even though it was a bit weird. To be... Whoa. See, this is something that I would have to practice. But yeah, I should have definitely been doing this in between me reading it. Something like that. And this part I just read, so it's easy. Go around. Flutter down before you touch the ground. Take off up left. Alright, let's look at the notes. That part's a bit messy. It's hard to keep everything in mind, but most of the hard part about this section, specifically the scarf, comes from doing it for the first time. So when you're coming back to it for retention, it should be easier. Alright, hold Z while you take off so you don't have to press it and risk beak busting at the top of the hat. Do 2 feathers right away, have a slightly wider angle on the way to the top hat. Having a slightly wider angle on the way to the top hat will allow you to land quicker when you close in on it. Get in Talon Trot as soon as you land. Top hat to the igloo. Simple section, hold R on the way to the first note if it is not a straight line already. Do a big jump for each note and make sure you slide into each note. So try to land right before each note. Change the camera right before you land so you can slide and change the angle with the new jump. So make sure you pay attention to where I change the camera and when I change the camera, basically. Change the camera right before you land. Oh, I read that. On the penultimate note, so the second last note, change the camera in the same manner, but start going up right towards the ice cube. Peck on the ground right before the ice cube, then jump peck while you're out of Talon Trot to kill the Chinker and get the Jiggy. Note for homework, this is just for homework. Yeah. Roll as soon as you can. Okay, this is for the section after, so let's just watch this real quick. Upright, hold Z, take a slightly wider angle, hold up, hold Z, get in Talon Trot, big jump, right before I land. That's when I change the cameras. And basically just keep yourself on the inside of the notes, right? And you get the Jiggy. So let's do that real quick. Ooh, yeah, let me do that again, because I just took off in a weird direction. Yes. This should be fine. Just like that. Alright. Let's pause here because this is where the next part is. Here. Roll as soon as you can. The angle isn't perfectly up left, but it's not hard to get. Flutter at the end of the roll. If you get a flutter cancel, you may have to walk a bit, so the end of your next roll happens as you are falling off the top hat, rather than on the top hat itself. If you don't get a flutter cancel, then you can just roll quite early, but you may have to hold neutral on the joystick for a little bit while you're falling so you don't overshoot the edge of the hat. Try your best to hit the very edge of the top hat, as it's the fastest, obviously. As you're falling, pay attention to your shadow so it lands on the flight pad. Take off right away and hold up left and R. Yeah, up left and R. You want to barely clip onto the top of the wall here. You don't want to slide on it, nor do you want to watch the dipping animation after the beak bomb ends. It's easier to just barely graze the top of the hill if you aim a bit more right as the mountain is lower there. You should flutter as late as possible so you don't have to tap A. I personally do it by feel, but you could likely come up with a visual cue related to Banjo's visual position relative to the igloo if you want. Then roll into the igloo. Alright, let's watch it. Alright, makes sense. I fluttered. Okay, let me actually watch that again because I wasn't looking at it properly. Okay, roll right away. I did the flutter cancel, so I walked a bit, then I rolled. On the very edge, take off up left, hold R, aim for the right side, beak bomb or peck really early, flutter late, just tap A and then roll. Okay, let's do that. I might fail here, but excuse me. Alright. I have to wait for the dip here. Because I'm a bit high. But that's generally how it should look. It's supposed to roll into the bludgeon. I don't know why I jumped. But generally that's how it should look. Close. Igloo, roll slightly right. This is supposed to be left, sorry. Left of straight up, then tap A. Then peck so you grab the feather and land on the left side of the table. Be sure to roll between the presents on the way to the second present. Try to be angled slightly right. The third roll should be just right. Be careful with it. But you have some time to move upwards to the token. If you think you can make more distance while still getting the Jiggy during the cutscene. Try your best to get. This is important. Try your best to get in Talon Trot so that you finish getting in Talon Trot right as you land on the ground. as opposed to doing most of the talent shot animation on the ground. This difference basically has you walking up less before getting in talent shot. So basically getting in talent shot as early as possible while still doing the animation while you fall off. You can start jumping after the second feather, but be careful to not hit the door frame. Okay, let's watch this. Slightly left, jump, peck on the left side. Slightly right of an angle there, straight right of angle there. Hold up if you have the distance, if you have the means. Do the jiggy jig obviously. Get in talent shot early if you can, like that. See how I did most of the animation before I landed? Then start jumping there if you want. It should be good. Alright, let's do this. Slightly left. A little jump. That was a bit awkward. I should have pecked earlier, but it's fine. I should have pecked a bit higher. Yeah, it's about right. I could have gotten talent shot a bit earlier, just like a few frames earlier, but it's not the biggest deal, so. Almost done, guys. Included the second bug race. I aim to do 4 small jumps to the left here, with the 4th jump landing on the downhill slope while grabbing the first note. It's okay if you accidentally slide a bit, but if you do, then you can't do 4 jumps. A full 4 jumps to the left, but you should still aim to jump on the slope and grab the note in the same manner. I slide straight down for the second note. Then after my slide drops, I start wiggling the joystick somewhat drastically until the second last note. Then I hold straight up so I fly off the slope and slide onto the flat ground while grabbing the note. Try to slide a bit here on the flat ground before jumping. I find that to be the most consistent way to get popped off the slope and land on the second note. Try to land your jump a bit before the first note, and try your absolute best to keep a straight joystick to help you get the fall off the slope. Because the slope is a bit annoying, but you know. After the second note, wiggle the joystick until the third note or the third note location if you already got it earlier in the level. Right after the third note, I do a big jump up right and change the camera twice with C left. This jump should land on the flat ground right before the slope. Do a big jump from the flat ground here, then do a series of short jumps, and then time the last jump so you land on the flat ground as early as possible. That's beside boggy. Aim for the very right of the first note and be sure to slide into it, then tap A and jump upright. Make sure the line from the second note to the third note goes in front of the beehive and slide to the third note. Tap A to the fourth note, then do one small jump, and then one big jump holding a bit left of straight down. Alright, let's watch this. 4 jumps to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aim, land on the thing. Wiggle there, go straight down, slide bit. Then jump land right before that note. Big jump up right from the third note. Big jump, spam A. Land on the flat ground here as early as possible. Aim for the right side. Tap up right. Go in front of the hive. Tap for the note. Slightly down, straight left. Alright, there's a lot to think about, but try your best. Let's do it. Oh, that's a bit weird. This part isn't 100% consistent, but there is some ways you can do it. Change the camera. Big jump. I slid a lot there. I shouldn't have. Alright, just like that. Alright, now let's read the boggy race. Let's do this in a half and a half or so. For the beginning of this race is technically faster. Oh, this is just a disclaimer. Whatever. You can ignore this. Get in talent shot right away and walk to the shoes. You should practice by jumping into boggy from various different angles so you know what to hold in different situations, since it'll likely never be 100% consistent. Don't jump at all until after the first leg. Aim for the right side of the second slalom from the very beginning. Then cross the bridge so you are on the left side of the slalom by the end of the bridge. Aim for the left side of the note. Then just start running around. I do 3 camera changes and then grab the last note blind. After the last note, start jumping. I do a somewhat big jump so I don't accidentally jump in the water while the camera changes. The jump from the last leg note should aim for the right-ish side of the second slalom. Be sure to do a big jump from the flat ground before going up. The opposite of the... Then spam it. Basically the opposite. This is the opposite of the sled race. Hug the very edges of the slaloms of uphill. So you make a straight line as soon as possible. I like to slide right before the slalom starts. I like to slide right before the slalom that starts the downhill slope, so I can end the slide. Is supposed to say, so I can normal trot on the black ground a bit, for a bit, then do a big jump to cut the line on the way to the next slalom. Make sure the jump aims for the side of the next slalom that is connected to the wall, then trot down and jump off the bottom of the downhill slope. Sorry, I'm distracted a bit. Try to take the best line to. Actually, let's do till here first. All right. Aim for the right side of this slalom. Be on the left side of this bridge here. Don't jump at all. 1, 2, 3. Get this big jump here. Aim for the right side of this one here. Hug the walls. I like to drop my slide here, starting here, so I can walk down a bit, then do a big jump. And dude, why is this not pausing? All right. Now here, make sure you go into the left, this flag specifically. Walk down this, then jump from the bottom slope, and then continue on. All right, let's do that real quick. Let's let Boggy go ahead of us. It's more safe. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's good. Let's continue on. Where is it? Try to take the best line towards the left of the house. Wait. Here. Try to take the best line towards the left house note. So the left note of the left note, house note, right? The best line does not, this is supposed to not hug a flag on the slalom before. So the slalom that's right in front of me on screen right now does not hug a wall there, basically. Pretend that the very next slaloms after the house isn't there, and take a straight line to the left slalom at the end of the bridge. Be sure to slide into the Jinja, then tap A to jump back and slightly to the right. The best line here has you basically going from the left side of the next slalom to the right side of the slalom right before the house. Jump and hold A until you reach the middle note, then slide to the left note, then slide off the house. If you jump off the house, it messes with our rubber banding. For the next couple of slaloms, try to avoid the uphill portion of the bridges. Aim for the left side of the slalom after the bridge. And try your best to slide in between. Slide in between to start setting up for the note grab. Alright. You should do 2 small jumps on the way to the left slalom, the slalom right beside the note, and then slide onto the note and jump back. Alright, let's look up until there and do that. Oh, not there. I don't know why this does this. Right here, aim for the left side. Aim straight for this flag. Don't even ignore the first one. Jump slightly right or straight down there. Go from this flag to this flag. Aim for the middle. Slide down. Try to avoid the uphill portions of these bridges. 2 jumps. Slide for this, and jump back. Alright, let's do that real quick. Oops, okay. Ooh, that's not good. Big jump. Slide off. 3, 1, 2. Jump back. Alright. It's about fine. About how it should be. After the slaloms that go around the twinklies, make sure you do a big jump to clear the uphill before the presence. Slope mechanics. Pay attention to it. When you should do a small jump from the flat ground after the steep slope, then another big jump to clear the uphill present ramp. Walk down for the feathers. To be safe, you might want to skip the last few and just cut the line to the note. Do a big jump from the bottom of the slope, then spam A to get to the top. Aim for the right side of the next 2 slaloms, then drop your slide as you get the last 2 notes. Then start jumping as soon as you are in front of the flag. The push I got in the video isn't the best, but you can get a much better push if you're just a bit more left of where I ended. Big jump and peck to the jiggy. Be sure to figure out and hold the correct joystick angle before the cutscene ends. Talon trot, jump slightly left or straight down, and jump over the downhill slope. Be sure to slide as you are approaching the tunnel that leads to the cave, so you can jump to the change directions as you enter. Alright, let's watch the rest of the video. Where are we? Yeah, okay, we're around here. This next section is easy, simple. Hug the nearby angles. Big jump here, slide up, big jump here, slide there, down, or walk down there. You may not want to get all feathers depending on how you see boggy is. Hit the last 2 notes, and then just jump all the way up. Right. Skip this cutscene. Big jump peck. Jump slightly left to straight down. There we go. Slide there, then jump inside. Okay, makes sense. Let's do it. Big jump, tap A, big jump, slide. I'm gonna cut it early. That was a bit close, but it's pretty good. Alright. You can start reading the next one soon. Last one. Talon shot, jump slightly down, left it down, move that, just like that. Alright. Hold between down and down right and tap A. You should be turning while you slide, then once you are fully out of the tunnel, do a short hop to the feathers. As soon as you get the second feather, do a short hop, then peck and roll backflip as soon as possible in a quick motion. You're going to get the ginger, and while the jiggy is bouncing, you want to walk a little to the back of it, and then make sure to try and jump off with it after the second bounce of the jiggy. If you do jump down with the ginger, you should, with the jiggy, you should do 3 jumps down and curve the last jump, so you jump up right on the joystick. I think that's supposed to be up left, sorry. And of the joystick on the shadowy part of the snow, and you should end holding up when the camera fully changes. If you do not jump down with the Jinjo, so if you don't jump down with the Jiggy, you should do a big talon shot jump down right, and then you should do a short jump when you land. Make sure the short jump is a little closer to the middle of the room, or else the camera will flip. Jump into the water while holding up right, just like the previous method to get in the water. You should jump flutter as early as possible without having to touch the water again. Roll as soon as you can, and jump flutter cancel obviously, onto the honeycomb platform, and then roll ASAP. Flutter into the chinker when the roll ends mid-air. Get in talon trot and walk off the pad. Alright, last video. Right here, let's watch this one. Jump quickly, tap A. Notice how fast my roll backflip was there. You can't even see the rolling motion. Do this entire thing. Down jumps, up left. Then you end by holding up, and you just go inside. I'll speed through this bit. Jump as early as you can. Like that's about it good. Roll, jump, flutter cancel there. Roll, flutter into him. Alright? Now let's do it. Jump. Was it good? Oh, I don't know where my Jinjo is. And you just end over here. Then jump down. 1, 2, 3. Up left. Ooh, I messed up. I don't know where my health is, but I think I just messed up with my save states. I'm a bit rusty on this. That's it. That's what you're supposed to do, basically. Keep going, then, you do the rest, right? Alright, so that should be it for this video. This one's a long one, so, but this is generally the bulk of the assignment, because the bulk of the retention. The retention for this shouldn't really take more than, I would say, an hour. It definitely will take under 2 hours, 100%. It should take maybe like an hour to do what I just did right now, since I had to explain it for everyone else during the video. After this, you don't really have to go back and practice the ones that you made a mistake on, as long as you know what you're doing. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the tasks, right? You're gonna do from entering the igloo to leaving the level. This many times. Get this time once. Which other one was 20? Or well, it's somewhere else here. Dude, where is it? Anyways, it's a cumulative task, right? So you're just gonna do the cumulative task. This will be updated to tell you the exact task numbers. Do that once each, and that should take like maybe 20 minutes. So overall, this should take like an hour and a half, I would say. Yep, and then I hope that helps, and we'll see you on the next video.